Hello everybody and welcome back to another brand new AviationJack video. Hope you're doing it really well. So we are going to be, I am going to be showing you my full P3D settings today. So it's been requested a few times. What are your settings? What do you use? Can you show me your settings? I just thought it would be easier if I can now just redirect people to this updated video. So we're going to be doing that today. Everything in P3D from ReShade, Chaseplane, Activesky, and to P3D settings. Those are the four main areas really I'm going to be covering, because apart from that I don't really think anything else I configure. I don't configure the CFG. The CFG is just stayed as normal. I haven't done anything with that, because if you start tweaking around the CFG, things can usually get a bit broken. So if you want to look at my sim and you think, yep, that looks good, I want to have my sim similar to that, then this is the video for you. Really quick little disclaimer, not everyone has the same monitor. Monitors, show color differently. So my HDR color settings may be different to how you want your HDR color settings to be. Because for me, if something that's really bright, it might be really dark for you if on the same setting. So just configure them around, but I'll give you like the basis of it. So first of all, we're going to head into the P3D settings, and then after that we'll do the Chaseplane and everything else around it. So let's get into the settings. Alright, so here we are in the display settings in P3D. I'm going to quickly just go through everything really. So there's a few things here that I've noticed have been changed. This is usually your medium for me. 2 times SSAA. I suppose on that. This is like the higher settings. This can impact performance. So if I was you, I'll leave this on MSAA if you have a lower spec PC. FXAA is usually off because what it does is makes everything look blurry, and with it on it makes things, as you see it says it there, may decrease performance, which it does for me. Texture filtering, have it on 8 times or times 8. Dynamic texture streaming is checked as well, as it reduces the VRAM, so that's very useful, especially because P3D5 is very VRAM heavy. And then over here on the right I have VSync switched to on, and then triple buffering also checked. Basically just makes the sim a bit smoother for me. Might not for you, but for me it does. Target frame rate is unlimited, want it as max and as high as possible, even though I have mine limited at 60 FPS because my monitor is 60 Hz, so it doesn't really go above that. But yeah, I'll set mine to unlimited. If you set it below that to like 60 or 30, you can usually get quite laggy, so I don't recommend to keep it on unlimited. Variable refresh rate and wide view aspect ratio is all checked off. I don't use them, doesn't really do anything for me. Map VC panels I do have checked, makes the things a bit clearer and less blurry, basically higher definition. 2D panel transparency I have on 0, don't need that. Next is the weld tab. Feel free to pause the video and screenshot anything you want. Level of detail radius I have it on high. Tessellation factor is on low. Mesh resolution is 1 to the very high and max settings, and texture resolution is on 30 centimeters. I also checked use high resolution terrain textures. Obviously you want to have, crisp looking textures, so we have that checked as well. Water, and I'm not going to try and pronounce that, bathymetry, something like that. Water detail is on medium. I don't have it enabled, that word there. Reflections, only cloud is checked for water. Everything else is no need for it, kind of just decreases performance. Special effects is both on medium, just quite standard. Scenery objects, scenery complexity is at dense. Autogen and scenery draw distance on high. Autogen vegetation density is on normal, and everything else on normal here. Dynamic 3D autogen vegetation is not checked. Basically things will start moving, like grass and trees will start moving, but it decreases performance, so, and VRAM. Enhanced atmospherics I do use, which is True Sky, only because I like the sunset and sunrise. I think it looks nice, so I have this checked. Cloud resolution is on high. God rays enabled. Volumetric fog enabled. Windshield effects and turbulence and thermal effects also checked. So I use Activesky for the weather as well, as you know, but we'll get to that soon. So that's that page, that's the world page. Next and last final page is lighting. Actually, in fact, no, I'll show you another page after this, but yeah. So lighting, I do use HDR and auto exposure, but I don't configure the the brightness and saturation and bloom from P3D. I do that through Chaseplane, which I'll explain a bit more in a bit. Dynamic reflections is on medium. Landing lights illuminate ground is checked, and these dynamic lighting and display lens are unchecked. Dynamic lighting is checked when I fly in the evening, or I know that I'm going to be arriving in the evening. So I do check that then, just because, you know, otherwise you can't see a single thing. But during the day I have it unchecked, there's no need for it. Then it's shadows, and then shadow quality is on medium, and then shadow draw distance is on high. All the shadow types here, so internal and external and clouds and terrain is all checked. Apart from that, nothing else is. And I receive shadows from every single one of them, which are able to me, which I can check. So that's that one. And then the last and final page is the traffic page. People have sometimes set to like 5% or 7%, and then you're kind of like, no. If you want it, you can, but for me it's a bit of a performance impact, and also you can barely see it when you're flying, so I don't really see the point. So I have it all unchecked. I like to have a world with nothing in it but planes. But yeah, that's that. Nothing else we're going to need to show you. It's just all the add-ons and application information vehicle. Yep, nothing too important there. But like I said before, you can screenshot them if you really want to, and then you can do that. But yeah, anyway, so that's the P3D settings, and then next we're going to go to ReShade. So see you back in the sim. Right, so welcome back into the simulator. So next is ReShade. For ReShade, I've done a video on it not too long ago. Here it is up here. I think you can see this. I'm just going to double check you can actually see that. Yeah, you can, nice. So yeah, I use ReShade for the way the sim looks in terms of its appearance. So the preset I'm using is a Lucas Cavatoni preset. Obviously I made a video on this. I'm going to link it somewhere up here now. It'll also be at the end of the video if you want to have a look at it. And I'm not going to do much about ReShade just because I have obviously made the video, so all you need to do is just follow that if you want this. But adaptive sharpen, ambient light, this one isn't my preset, this is Lucas Cavatoni's preset, which you can find on, I believe it is, what's that website called? R&D presets. Obviously it'll be in the description or in the link of the video, so you can watch it there. But yeah, that's that. Nothing else to do with ReShade. Next we can do the chase. Right, so here's Chaseplane. Obviously, so my phone's buzzed. In here is where I control, like I said in the P3D settings, this is where I control the HDR settings, not through P3D. The reason I do it through Chaseplane is because I can configure it and look at it at the same time, so I can actually see the difference. So if I could just demonstrate it for you. If I wanted to change the saturation, see that? I can see it doing it. Obviously we have it at 1.4 in this sim. But so I can literally do it real time, look at it while changing it. I think that's just useful. So I configure it all through here. The outside brightness, obviously screenshot this if you want to. 0.78, bloom is at 0, and saturation is at 1.4. And then inside the cockpit, just do like one of these views, there you go. Inside the cockpit, we have it at 0.73, 0, and 1.58. So slightly different through each view, just because it looks different in each view you do it. So that's that. Obviously screenshot that one as well if you want to. Another camera which is different is obviously the static camera. But I don't really use that much. If you want to look at that one, you can. It's 0.85, 1.28, and 0. I'm actually just wondering if it looks slightly better doing it this one, because it doesn't look as red, does it, if you do it this way? And it still looks quite good. Just double checking here. Yeah, still looks quite red to be fair. I was just wondering if I should have it at 1.28, but it looks fine. Looks kind of similar both ways. But yeah, that's the Chaseplane settings for you. Next and final one is Active Sky. Right, here's Active Sky and everything here. All of these bits really doesn't actually matter. This is about the actual, you know, weather control, live. Oh, we want live weather. Not sure why I was set to historical. Odd. If we go to options, this is the bit we want. General options, download interval is at 5. This is usually, hello, look at that difference. Everything is actually quite, this is all actually just standard. I've never touched any of this, so what you really want is the cloud options. So maximum cloud layers I have is at default value of 5, maximum cloud turbulence is at 100, maximum cloud icing at 100. Obviously, usually the default value here, and obviously the prevent thunderstorms is on check. Minimum cloud draw distance is at 90, maximum is at 90 as well. Force broken to 7/8, whatever that means, is checked. P3D low cloud offset is on 0, and this one is unchecked. Cloud motion effect obviously is enabled, and cloud motion offset is 120, which is set here default. Visibility options, I'm just gonna go through them without talking and just like screenshot them or do it as you go along. And there we are. That's all of them you need. Apart from that, I literally haven't changed much. Only these not them three. What was it? Usually just these two are the only ones that I change. But even then they're on like default. So yeah, that's the P3D settings. I hope this helped you configure your sim like mine if you want it. But yeah, and I shall see you all in the next video. Would it be a full flight? I don't think it will be, but we'll find out. I will see you all very shortly, and if you want to watch the ReShade video, it's obviously going to be at the end. You can click it, and yeah, I'll see you then. Bye bye.